Hello, everybody. Raven Knight here. So let's have a conversation. Let's just have a talk real quick. Okay, so many of you know that the lore for Calliope, the gladiator hero skin, has come out, and I did a brief video where I took on the lore, talked about it, said what I thought was good or bad about it. And if y'all recall, I said that the lore was, in a word, pretty bad. It was a pretty bad set of lore, okay? And I said that it asked a lot of questions and it didn't answer. It didn't really go into the character of Calliope, and it made Guljin out to look kind of stupid. Now, I've had people tell me that, hey man, that's what the daily order lore tidbits are for. They're there to help fill in some of those holes. And I said, no, that's not what they're there to do. The daily order lore tidbits are there to add details and to enrich and to expand on the lore, not to fill in blatant plot holes and, make up for past errors and mistakes. That's what I said. However, I will say this. This morning, my buddy Mal sent me a daily order tidbit that, frankly surprised me because it did try to cover up one of the questions. The question being, if Guljin wants Calliope dead so badly, why would she pair her up with Astria? It doesn't seem like a good plan because the two are both very seasoned, very skilled warriors. By pairing them up, they're only going to do well. They're only going to survive. So why would she do that? Well, this lore tidbit answers that question. So let's read it together, shall we? It reads, by pairing Astria and Calliope together, Guljin hoped the two would lead to each other's demise. But together they kept surviving. Worse still, they earned the crowd's affection. From her seat, Guljin stewed in anger. So, that first bit gets me. Guljin hoped the two would lead to each other's demise. Okay. Guljin, honey, let's ask a few questions. Why do you think they will lead to each other's demise? You have paired up a highly skilled combat veteran. Astria has been in wars for years at this point. She's been fighting Chimera. She's been fighting rebellions. She's fought the Ocelots. She's fought the Ephira. She's fought the Varangians. She's fought all kinds of enemies at this point. She is seasoned. She is intelligent. She knows how to wage war. And you paired her up with a woman who is a seasoned arena veteran who's used to taking on multiple enemies at once, who has no problem working to the crowd, and is not afraid to kill those, even those that she considers friends. So why do you think that these two will not work well together? Oh, because neither one can trust the other. See, but there's the rub. They have no relationship to create that kind of distrust. This isn't no, let me tell you where this would work. If she paired up Astria and Griffin, then this might make sense because they have a long history. Astria and Griffin don't like each other. They hate each other. If Holden and Astria had to team up, then you might have something going there. Then you might be able to say, oh yeah, how will they work together? They both hate each other. That would actually be an interesting conversation if Holden and Astria were forced to work together. But Calliope and Astria, as far as I am aware, they don't know each other. So honestly, they have all the time in the world to kind of look at each other and go, hey look, I don't know you, you don't know me. Let's get to know each other a bit better and let's work together. So what tell me something about yourself. Well, I hate Guljin. Funny story. I hate Guljin too. You do? Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. We both hate Guljin. What else do you hate? I hate being captured. Same here. I hate being captured. How about we work together? Sounds good to me, friend. So, I don't understand why you thought it was a good idea to have two very seasoned warrior women team up thinking they'll kill each other. What led to that conclusion? Are either of them known for backstabbing the other? To be perfectly honest, Calliope in her lore, up until the time her friend betrayed her in the arena, seemed like she was all about loyalty. She was stunned when she realized that her Varangian comrade turned on her. It was only after that she thought there's no trust to be had. So up until that point, you had no reason to believe she was a backstabber. And as for Astria, other than the attack on Wyverndale when she first appeared, actually, Astria's been pretty honest and upfront. Look, I'm not high on Astria, but I have to admit, she's an honest woman. She's never betrayed anyone that we can see. Sure, she's underhanded sometimes. Sure, she doesn't mind taking the low road, but very rarely have I seen her do something where she betrays someone else. If she says she's going to invade you, she invades you. Like, take Maddox, for example. Astria made a deal with Maddox. You guys surrender to us and we'll spare you. Maddox did exactly that, and she spared Maddox. She allowed him to own the village. To be perfectly honest, Astria isn't the one who's usually all about underhanded betrayal. Maybe her subordinates are, like Ravier did that with the Sultana, but Astria, she doesn't normally do that. So what about these two made you think, oh, they're going to betray each other. They're going to stab each other's backs in the ring. They're not going to be able to work well together. I don't know. They are seasoned enough veterans to know that they need to trust the one behind them, especially when they know that they're up against enemy teams. Because that's the name of the game. 2 versus 2 versus 2, right? If there's a team up against them, they might need to trust their team. And then there's also the fact that many people have pointed out that this is probably a big reference to Gladiator, the movie starring Russell Crowe. Yeah, you're also going to have to deal with the weakness that came up in that movie for the Emperor. If they've won the favor of the crowd, which they are, because Calliope's already the queen of the arena, everyone knows her, everyone loves her, and Astria is such a big name in Heathmore, everyone knows her, everyone loves her too. Well, I say loves her, but you get the point, they recognize her. They're just going to root for them. And so you can't cheat like you have been and expect to win. Like, look, here's the thing. What you've done now has only created a bigger problem for yourself, Guljin, and I feel like you should be smart enough to recognize that. And of course, people are going to say, oh, come on, man, she's Guljin, she's a human, she can make mistakes. I agree, she can make mistakes. But I kind of expected her to be smart enough not to realize that she was making a big one here. If you want Astria and Calliope dead, let me tell you how you fix this. I'm about to tell you how you could have fixed the whole thing. You're going to hate me for it. You're probably really going to hate me for it, but watch this. I'll tell you what you needed to do. Have them fight in a battle royale. Have them fight in a big battle royale, one on their own against 5 others. Have it be 6 warriors fighting at once, everyone fighting for themselves. That is how you do it. That is how you get these two to kill each other. Because then it's every woman or man or warrior for themselves. Then you have a better chance of getting them to kill each other. Then you have a better chance of getting them to fight each other, because then at that point you have Astria and Calliope against each other. Now that's a different battle altogether. And you could have even had it work where what happens is the two actually back each other up in the ring. Like maybe while they're all fighting for themselves, Astria realizes Calliope is a skilled warrior. I may want her on my side, so she backs up Calliope. Or the reverse. Calliope knows Astria's reputation and backs up Astria, and the two realize maybe instead of fighting each other, we could work together because we both have a mutual hatred for Guljin. And then through doing that, they kill all the others. And then instead of fighting each other, they throw down their weapons and say, we're not going to kill each other. What are you going to do about it? Well, now Guljin could say, you broke the rules. You're supposed to kill each other. I declare you both executed. But before she can give that declaration, the crowd is cheering, Astria and Calliope, Astria and Calliope, Astria and Calliope. Now you're a slave to the crowd. Now it's like, oh, shoot, if I execute them, now I'm the unpopular one. Fine, you can live. That's a much more creative way to get these two together, because then it doesn't make you look stupid. But that's just my thought. I'm going to be honest. Guljin, you're not coming out very smart here. I thought you were pretty smart, but that wasn't very smart. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Thank you guys for listening. I'll let you guys go. It was just a little talk. All right, take care. Bye-bye.